Hey YouTube, so I'm really excited because I got my new phone and I love it and I'm never going back to a small phone again. I got the XS iPhone Max. So I was, really hesitant, but then like looking at the screens and like the camera's super nice and all that stuff talking. So I'm on like a leasing. I didn't obviously buy it straight up front. Hell no, I don't got money for that, but thank God for leasing phones. Woo! But yeah, I'm really excited. We got it last night. It took forever because me and Shane both got new phones and like had to transfer all over all our stuff from our other phones, and we had a lot of shit on our phones, but I love this phone. It's super nice and it's super awesome. So I will be more active and like you can see me better. Like the screen is so much bigger and I'm just really excited about life on that. So yes. So anyways, this is gonna be a long video and it's kind of gonna get like a chit chat, get ready with me video, which like I hopefully won't cry, and I don't think so. Sometimes I get emotional, but like it's fine. I guess today what kind of like started it is, I don't know, today I just like woke up really grateful for life, which is obviously amazing. And I had liver testing today, and then I was like, I did a post because like I wasn't wearing makeup and like took my first selfie without makeup, and like I don't know, it's just like a weird day, but like not in like a bad weird day, just kind of like one of those days where you're just like, I don't know how to explain it. Anyways, so I obviously like don't look sickly, like I look pretty normal. I mean, like, not to brag, I have nice skin. I'm very lively most times. People who have seen me at shows, like I'm really obnoxious, or like by shows I mean like going to concerts, like anyways, music scene, long story if you don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, or with my friends or in videos and all that, or pictures I post a lot. But a lot of people also know like I have a lot of like health issues and probably don't even know exactly why, or like, are you exaggerating, blah 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 blah, which like no one should ever have to like, what the fuck is the word? Not defend, like prove, I guess. Which I like whenever, because I got the scars, like I can lift up my shirt if you really want to see. Which you probably don't. Anyways, so yeah, I guess I kind of would like take you through memory trash lane of mine. So basically how it all started is I was born with a congenital heart disease, which is, short like CHD, congenital heart disease, which obviously it's like a life heart disease. I mean, it can be different things, like everyone, there's different ones. It's just like the life chronic one that like is gonna affect you your whole life. So no one knew back then with technology until I was born. I came out as a blue baby, is what they would say. No oxygen, wasn't there, wasn't really breathing, couldn't really do it. And my mom had me and they took me and they basically said, I was born in St. Cloud, where I live area, and then Minneapolis is like an hour away, and that's where like the good hospital, I mean like where all the hospitals were, like if your child's going to children's hospitals or Gillette hospitals, like something's unfortunately not good. And they're like, I'm sorry ma'am, like your child, like she is getting helicopter flown to Minneapolis, which is an hour drive, so not very far, but I was lifted up into a helicopter within like just pretty much being born. I had my first open heart surgery when I was about 18 hours old. I was baptized right then and there because they didn't really think I was gonna live. They legally had to stop my heartbeat, which is like really sketchy. And mind you, like I'm newborn baby, like fresh out of my mom, like right now, right then and there. And so basically, like, I mean, I'm sure you pretty much know what open heart surgery is, like the gist of it, but what they do obviously is they, I'm cut from here to here, and I have two little holes where you can't really see, like right above my belly button where like tubes and stuff were. And they cut you open. So I'm a baby, by the way, and they basically break your rib cage open, do what they gotta do. Rib cage is wired back shut, and then I really don't know how your skin and then heals from that, to be completely honest, but like I have a scar right there, and I mean you can feel the bumps. It's pretty much looked the same, obviously, like not when it was fresh, but it's still there. And I used to be super self-conscious about it, just because obviously like people ask you questions, and I used to be like really sensitive about it, but now I'm just like, it's life, it's me, I don't care, it's fine. I'm proud to be a survivor. So I had 3 open heart surgeries by the time I was 4, so basically triple bypass, which is a lot. Most people with my heart condition did not make it through the second surgery. My mom actually happened to meet someone who did, and she asked, like, how's your little boy? And they're like, oh, he passed. And then my mom obviously probably felt guilty because she's like, oh, like, my daughter survived, but obviously they weren't like that, and they were like happy. So my age and a little bit, so I'm 26, so from like my age to about 40-ish were kind of the pioneers of my tricuspid arteria is what I have. I was born with my tricuspid valve. You have this whole like clusterfuck of a surgery thing called, like, you have open heart, then it's like called a Fontaine, then they like reroute you, and then you don't have an artificial valve, but like your whole heart is completely it's a clusterfuck to like really understand. Like, I know what it is, I just don't know how to explain it because it's literally a clusterfuck to explain. So basically, like, how my blood flows, like, I wasn't getting oxygenated blood, so obviously I probably lost a lot of like brain cells. I was developing really late for my age. I didn't walk till I was about 2-ish. I was in special ed, gym till freshman year, and I was just like, dude, I don't fucking care. Like, I'm not doing this more. Like, kids were picking on me really bad, and I was always made fun of because of it. I was really little. I had a lot of issues from that. Other issues too in life, but whatever. And yeah, I was always just like, not as fast as my friends, couldn't always keep up, and but my friends, like, my best friend from my age 5, like, we're still best friends, and like obviously we had like our little things at normal high school, junior high, like, stupid drama that everyone has, like normal things. But yeah, so like she was like had my back and understood and like never pushed me or anything like that to like, oh, like you can do it or not. But when I was little, when I was younger, I used to like go home sick all the time, and my mom would say, play woofy. Well, I do have a shitty immune system, but let me tell you, little Alexis inside, very upset because junior high hit and my health went fucking, and karma hit me in the ass real hard with that. So yeah, so I was had that, I was always in special ed, I was in special ed, like, language arts class and stuff like that till I graduated, which is like, I have really bad dyslexia, can't spell for the shit, I have terrible grammar. It's me. It's fine. Once you become really close with me, like, you can just like read my language. It's just who I am. So yeah. So I was pretty normal. Like, I had a normal childhood. Like, nothing like, obviously, like, I had extra care. I wasn't allowed to be in daycare because my immune system is trash. My mom like couldn't work, but I was able to like go to school and like live a pretty decent life. I live a good life. But obviously there's then the bumps and the roads hit. So 8th grade, I got mono, like really bad, like right away in 8th grade. Which people get, it's a normal thing, and it, takes a toll on pretty much anyone. I was like fucked though. Like, my doctor who I had, she was like, I've never seen a case this bad, like, in so long. So I had mono, and I was out of school for like 2 months in 8th grade. Like, I'm pretty sure there's rumors that like, they're like, did she die? And my friends were like, no, like, I just talked to her, like, they'd call and check up on me, but like, I didn't go to school, didn't talk to my friends, barely watched TV. Like, I was so sick, and my stomach looked like I was pregnant because my organs were so inflamed. Like, my spleen was so inflamed that you could like poke me, they said. If I hit it the wrong way, like, it probably burst. Like, it was bad. So I finally got to wean back into school and went half days, and I was excited, and once I was right about to start like going back to school full time, you're in junior high, you miss your friends. Like, I miss hanging out with my friends. So I don't like love school, but like, I didn't mind school. I missed my friends. I missed hanging out with everyone. And I all of a sudden had this like terrible pain in my right side. My mom's like, are you sure you're not like pretending because you're scared to go back to school? And I was like, no, Mom, like, I miss my friends. Like, I don't want to be home anymore. Like, I've been locked away for like 2 months because I was sick. And so, I stayed home, and I stayed home 2 more days. And then all of a sudden, like, on the 3rd day, I could barely walk. Like, I was crying in tears. So Mom's like, okay, like, we'll take you to the doctor. And she's like, you better not be like fucking around and lying. And really wish I was, so from what they thought, they're like, well, maybe you have appendicitis. Like, I had all the symptoms and signs on my right side. It was so painful. Like, I was crying. So they did a CT scan, which, if you don't know what that is, I've had every test under the damn sun. They inject you with like this stuff. You drink this nasty ass contrast water, and then they inject you with the stuff. They put you under kind of like an MRI thing, but it's like it lights up basically all your organs so you can see everything. And so I'm at the St. Cloud Hospital, you know, that's where my doctors are. When I go to the heart clinic, even when I was little, I went all the time when I was little, but it's in Minneapolis, which is an hour away from here. Just because that's like the best place for me. And I still go there now because even though the heart, it's just, you know, they know everything. I feel comfortable there and I'm in the best care. So, you know, the doctor came back and they looked at me and I was like, I was ready if I had to go do emergency, like appendicitis surgery or whatever to remove it. And, you know, they sat down and they're like, we called Minneapolis Children's, like, there's a room waiting for you. You need to get down there, like, as soon as you can. Like, it looks like there's a blood clot on your right kidney. And I was just like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, I'm 14. I'm like, sick. Am I gonna fucking die? Like, what the hell? So we get there and I did have a blood clot. It ate a tiny part of my right kidney. I don't know as much. My kidneys, as far as I know to this day, knock on wood, I just had testing today. They're fine. Obviously one little struggles a little bit, but or else it's fine. So I went on blood thinner, which most people that go on blood thinner till they're like old as fuck. Okay, like 50s, maybe 40s, maybe 30s, depending on how really trash your health is. But like a 14-year-old, like even now, if I was on Coumadin, people would be like, the heck? So I was on Coumadin, which is a blood thinner, which is warfarin as well, is the other name for it, which is fucking trash. I would never ever put that on a person. You bruise more easier than I do now. You bleed out. Like, there's just so many restrictions because, like, anything, like, you can fucking internally bleed and just, like, it's a fucking disaster. But I needed it because my blood was thickening too much, and that's obviously had blood clot, which could have killed me, and stroke. And obviously I'm more susceptible to that anyways with how my heart's rerouted. So I was like, oh, dope. So I got my blood drawn like 3 times a week, and then they like kept trying to figure out dosage for me, and then it was like almost every other day I was getting my blood drawn, and then it went to like twice a week, then once a week, then every other week, then 2 weeks, and then I finally got to like a month to every like 3 months when it's like finally stabilized. I thankfully finally got off Coumadin when I was 21, 22, one of those two, and maybe it was 21. I was so excited, like, best day ever, best news ever. So obviously, like, my whole life, you know, I'd get sick, and it was bad, and when I get a cold or anything, I have a cold right now, it fucks my life up more than a normal person or people with chronic illnesses, no matter what. So I get destroyed. But when I was 20, I started working at Target, and I worked late, and I got strep throat so much from being so run down, like, 3 months in a fucking row. It was so bad, I got, like, an infection in my face. And I was like, yeah, I can never work super late again. So that's why, like, I don't close and why I have strict hours. Because, like, yes, I stay up late sometimes when I'm, like, in my bed. But, like, labor and getting drained. And it's, like, I literally can wake up the next day and be like, I have fucking pneumonia. And then I literally did last year have pneumonia. Like, it happens. It's, once you have, like, chronic illnesses or anything that keeps happening to you, like, and you know your body like that, especially if it's been your whole life, like, Shane used to be like, dude, you're fucking stupid. Like, no, you don't. Like, you're overreacting. And I'd call him and be like, yeah, so I got the doctor's note. I'm like, blah, 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 I told you. And he's just like, fuck. Or anytime, like, I have a super fear of, like, stomach bugs because every time I've happened, I've been in the hospital because of dehydration. Anyways, no one probably likes to puke anyways, but dehydration. And with that, like, with my heart and my liver and, like, part of my kidney, like, I mean, anyone who's old, too, anything, it can happen to anyone with dehydration, like, but I'm naturally already dehydrated. And it's very, you know, deathly for me. One time I got really sick a few years ago, knock on wood that I don't. And my mom was like, you literally look like grandma when she died. But anyways, so I got really sick when I was 20, blah, 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 run down. That's when things I started realizing got like really run down a lot more. And obviously it's like a little worse now, but now I have understanding. So, when I was 22, 23, maybe it was 2015 actually. So I don't know how old I was. I used to get cysts on my ovaries, usually my right, which anything on my right freaks me out ever since my kidney, but obviously like your appendix and stuff is there too. So I went to the doctor one morning, just because I was like, oh, I probably have a cyst in my ovary. Like, I just want to make sure it's not like pulling, because I used to get really big ones. I knew I couldn't have kids anyways, but like I had a hysterectomy in 2015. I can't remember if it was before or after that. I think it was before. Yes. No? Yes. I know, I'd have to look at my chart. There's so much shit that I don't fucking remember. The chronic order. And, you know, so they do like, the contrast thing to, you know, check my organs anyways, just to be safe. So I went in because I saw like I had that, and I was just like, you know, maybe they'll give me some pain meds or whatever, and like, you know, just a little health restriction, or just like figure it out, you know, covering my bases basically. So my normal doctor wasn't in, but her nurse practitioner was in. So I sat with her, I had a CT scan, blah, 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 blah. I was by myself. So usually I like never go to the doctor by myself unless it's like a cold. Like I just have someone drop me off. Or like an appointment that I know ahead of time, like today. Can't drive due to my health, due to how my brain works. So, you know, I sat and like she had this like really weird look on on her face, and I was like, okay, like what the fuck? And you know, she sat me down and she's like, hey, like, you know, we need to talk. And I was like, okay. Like I was just like, I don't think like system over was like this bad, but I was like, okay, whatever. And you know, she sat me down, she goes, you know, are all your tattoos professional and your piercings? And I was like, yes. She's like, well, have you had them a couple years? And I was like, yes. And, you know, she's like, you know, have you ever been like addict? Did you ever like use like recreational drugs with like needles or anything? And I was like, I mean, obviously she doesn't know what straight edge is, which, you know, I don't drink or anything like that. And I haven't since I was 13, due to my health and like, I don't know, just know if I picked, which I'm really glad because plot twist, I have liver disease. So she's like, well, when I was on your CT scan, it looks like you have like scarring on your liver, like, you know, the start of liver disease. And I was just like, excuse me, what? Like, I literally had no idea my whole life, no idea till a few years ago. And I was just like, what do you mean? And, you know, she explained to me, you know, that she saw it. So I got a biopsy done and I had cirrhosis already in my liver, which is already, you know, like the stages of your liver going bye-bye. You cannot reverse cirrhosis at all. Cirrhosis is, you know, most of the deaths caused by people who are alcoholics, because their liver cannot function. Their liver cannot, you know, like, work, basically. And your liver does a lot with, like, your immune system, obviously, like, pumping the blood. Like, you need your liver to live. So I got a biopsy, and they're like, well, you know, you don't have any of the hepatitis. We covered that. You're obviously, you know, not an alcoholic or anything like that. I got checked for autoimmune system disease. Didn't have that. So they were like, well, it's clear to see, like, it's connected to your heart disease. And I was like, well, what the fuck? Like, how does that even, like, what? So that obviously was a big indicator to why my immune system was going even more shit, because, like, my liver is not working very well. And I literally am already far gone that I have cirrhosis. So with liver cirrhosis, here's your two options in life. You get cancer, or you get a liver transplant, or you die. Those are your options. And hopefully, if you have one of those two, you survive it. So that's sick. So that's my life. Which I used to be really, like, dreadful. Like, oh, fuck my life. Like, I don't want to live. And today, I'm very grateful. So, which is great. So yeah. So I was just like, okay. So I had a biopsy, and I was just like, how is this my life? Like, I mean, I know I have a bunch of shit wrong with me, like, physically and, like, mental health-wise, but I was like, what the fuck? Like, not anything I expected. I knew heart surgeries and, like, transplants maybe that way could be a thing, but, like, my liver, like, what the fuck? So I met with the Mayo Clinic doctor a few times. He is, like, on the liver board and all that, so that's, like, good. I'm in good care, good hands. So basically what happens is how my heart is pumped is close to my liver, and basically it's like how my blood pumps is beating the shit out of my liver. Every time my blood flows, it's just bam, 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 bam. And basically how my doctor explained it to me in like an analogy, he's like, so like your organs are kind of like a used car. And I was like, okay, sick. He's like, you know, like you look fine, you're looking fine, you're running pretty decent, but like when your transmitter goes out, like you need a new car, like you need to replace it, it don't work. So basically, like, that's my organs right now. Like, you know, they're used parts, but like, they're working. But once they hit the shitter, like, they need to be replaced or I'm gone. So that's my life now. Fast forward to now. And I had a hysterectomy due to, like, if I were to get pregnant, my heart would explode, basically, in a sense. So put it in the easiest terms. So every 3 months now, I go to my health clinic and I get an ultrasound on all, which I had this morning, because they have to fast, so they try to do it in the morning, on like all my organs in my stomach, see how it's progressing. It's stable right now. I mean, like, I have cirrhosis, but it's not like going downhill. They check for like lesions and, you know, like tumor type things. I, knock on wood, have not ran into that yet. But it's good that they're doing it. They're monitoring, because if something starts to appear, we can nip it in the bud as fast as we can, and hopefully as successfully as we can. So I monitored on that, which a lot of people like know, but I don't think people understand like the degree of cirrhosis and how like much it affects you tremendously. I mean, I've always been naturally fatigued and tired, and obviously like mental illness can do that to you too. So like with that stuff, like I never know, like am I sick or like what, because like my heart condition does that to me. Now liver disease does that to me. I suffer from like anxiety and mood disorders, which does that to me. So I'm just like, I don't know if something new is happening, because it's all the fucking same thing kind of. Well, like certain symptoms wise, obviously. So sometimes I retain water, which I have to like look on that. Make sure, so like I hate that, because sometimes I look bloated and that doesn't make me feel the best about myself, but it's fine. So yeah, that's where I am today, is monitoring that. And then I go to the heart clinic every 9 months to make sure, and I mean, you're supposed to, no matter if like you're pretty, you know, good off with your heart. As far as I know, my heart, for how it's working right now, it's running decent. It's running well. So which is good. But living in the fear, I mean, like, I don't want to be a negative person, but like, am I ready for them to be like, hey, like, you're starting liver cancer, like, hey, like, you're getting jaundice, and like, we need to get you ready on the transplant list. Like, that sounds really negative, and like, oh, like, but it's just like, that's gonna be the reality. And I mean, regardless, if when I hear anything or things get worse, like, yes, I'm gonna cry and like hate life. It's anyone, even though they knew the inevitable. Like, you could have someone that you knew whose cancer is gonna die anytime now, and you know, you get it that they're gonna die, and even though you knew it's coming, or yourself knows it's coming, like, obviously it's still like really hard to deal with. So yeah, so that is why I get sick a lot. The littlest things can bring me down. I realize I get run down a lot more than I used to as I get older, which, I mean, age, it happens, but like, I guess there's a lot of people that are old that actually like are living pretty healthy lives, but that is why I am sick a lot and am always in and out of testing. Why I get like really emotional, I'm really moody, because it really did affect, like I have PTSD and stuff, like it really did affect a lot of that. And I don't think people understand, like, oh, you're being dramatic or this, like, sometimes people say that, I'm like, I wish you could just feel my body and like feel the tests and stuff I did, which I'm sure a lot of people, because like, you wouldn't want to ever go through that, let me tell you. Pretty much every test under the book, I've been through every type of MRI, blood testing, stress tests, everything, and it's not a good time. And surgeries and stuff actually get more scary as I get older, because like, you're not as like, I guess, baby, you're like, oh, it's gonna be okay, like, here's this, here's that to comfort you. It's kind of just like, go time and pray for the best, I guess. I mean, not doctors are ever like mean like that to me. I have really good times, but I mean, it's expensive. I'm gonna be forever medical debt, but I can't let that stop me from like traveling and, you know, doing fun things and hanging out, because then what's the fucking point, you know? Like, I can't let that stand in my way. I got payments. I'm making my payments. It's life. It's fine. But I never thought I'd actually have like real friends that love me. I never thought I would own a house. I never thought I'd get married. I never thought everything I have today that I'd have. I just thought I'd be living with my parents forever and just like kind of enjoying life and taking things day by day. Like, I never thought I'd live a completely normal, mostly normal life, you know? I try to be as independent as I can. I really hate that I have to rely on people for rides. Like, I don't think people understand what a burden I feel and how much like that does affect me. I feel like such a piece of shit about that a lot of times. Not so much like anymore, but like I guess it's like a nuisance and it can be annoying, but it's like not my fault. Like, I can't fucking help that. Can't really, you know, like, nothing that is wrong, like nothing that's helped nothing that is wrong with me could have been prevented in any sort of way. It just was a fluke. It's not genetic. My parents didn't do anything that was bad, you know, to like have birth defects. It's just how my body works and how I'm trying to survive. And the more I like looked into support groups and read people's stories, the more I know I'm not alone. But like, I wish more people would read that and understand it. Everyone, which is very important, is trying to understand mental health and be there for their friends. But like, living with a chronic illness, not only mentally wise, sucks ass, but when you're on both aspects, it's really a fucking disaster sometimes. I mean, the last couple of years I've said I've coasted by. I look like I'm having time of life. I was dying, like so hurt inside by different things. But I'm out here laughing and being annoyed and living my best life and trying to like do things because like, I mean, like I said, I've said this before. I mean, anytime someone could be randomly diagnosed with cancer, hit by a bus, like, you know, shit happens. But like, I know what my future is. Like, I know. So why not live it happy now and do things now? So I know, like, when shit happens, like, hey, you know, like, if something were to happen, like, I lived my best life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I lived a good life, and that's, like, what matters to me now. Is, like, living the best life, being there for my friends, making friends, being there for my family, doing well in my job, like, not because I think I, like, owe it to my parents for, like, keeping me alive, like, literally just because, like, I can, like, I have the mindset and I have the tools to live a great life despite all the shit that's wrong with me and all the obstacles I've been through, that like I'm not gonna give up, basically. Like, I'm not gonna let myself, I've been there, done that, and never going back. So this was a really fucking long video. I'm really sorry, but you know, anyone who has any type of chronic illness, like even the littlest things, like it's painful and it sucks. And I mean, even the littlest thing, like, I don't know, allergies or asthma, you know, like it sucks ass. And then when people have multiple on that, let alone with like mental health disease, it's just like a clusterfuck. And I look very healthy and wild and stuff on the inside. Sometimes do I push myself a little more than I should? Do I get that little reprehend, like my body is pissed at me later? Yes. But it's worth it. I mean, I'm not doing things that are going to kill me. And I know my limits now, and it's fine to be like, I can't, you know, like I can't do that, or I can't do this. And, you know, maybe I'm missing out sometimes, but like there's more times and I'm doing as much as I can to have fun. So that is my life. Get ready with me. That took so fucking long. Damn. I'm so sorry. But I mean, I don't know. I've just, like I said, I had a weird day, and I don't know, sharing my story. I hope to inspire others, no matter, I know there's people worse off than me, by the way, just like throwing that out there, but I just want people to stay strong, whether it's the littlest type of thing to the biggest type of thing. You're struggling with your health, like, even if it's not the same exact thing, like, you can relate in a weird way. So, and you never know what lies inside someone, basically. Like, you would never know if you met me. You would have absolutely no idea. So, yeah. Well, I love you guys, and have a great day, and happy Friday, and I'm gonna have a good day despite the shitty rain. Love you. Bye.